Greetings, Earthlings, and welcome to Oddball Craze. I'm your host, Bodacious, and this is the show where I take last week's video game news, squeeze out the juicy bits, and try to distill it into a tall, refreshing glass of quick weekly updates. This is Quick Weekly Update. Another week, another patch for Witcher 3 meant to fix the problems introduced with the previous patch. After releasing patch 4.0, which was supposed to increase performance but wound up destroying the frame rate for those that don't or can't play with ray tracing, CD Projekt Red now has another patch out on GOG and Steam that is supposed to fix the frame rate. Meanwhile, console users are waiting for the patch that's supposed to fix their frame rate, draw distance, and other issues. In the last few years, it has become abundantly clear that CD Projekt Red doesn't have computers or consoles at their office and must be testing all their software on a flipbook. For quality assurance and testing, they push out the game and people on Twitter will tell them what's broken. In short, everything. The limited physical release of Metroid Prime Remaster will be taking place this week on February 22nd. The digital version was a surprise shadow drop at the end of the last Nintendo Direct, and the demand for the physical version has placed the game at the top of retailer sales charts. Unfortunately, this is a limited release of the game, and it seems Nintendo is being serious about the limited part. Reports indicate that Amazon is already updating customers to expect delays, and that some orders won't be fulfilled until March, and those who know their history know that the last time that happened, orders were canceled. But before that happens, the game has gotten a bit of controversy. Despite rave reviews across the board and critics praising the team's attention to details, especially fixing the water mechanics, thank you, it seems a major detail has been left out. The credits. One of the developers for the original version of Metroid Prime noticed that none of their team members were mentioned in the end credits. This oversight was brought to the public's attention by developer Zoid Kirsch, who has a name that sounds like a mid-level boss in Metroid. Others have chimed in to share their disappointment in the omission, with some even understanding the name removal if their contributions to the code were completely reworked and not used in the new release. These wouldn't include everyone, though, as concept art and world designs would still be the same. This isn't unique to Metroid Prime, though, and hopefully the industry as a whole gets better at documenting creators' contributions. Digital Foundry has posted a 15-minute video explaining the technical aspects of Metroid Prime Remaster, and I highly recommend watching the tech review. But some of the highlights are a consistent 60 frames per second, beautiful visual updates, and an explanation on how the lighting change greatly improves the game's environment and overall experience. Included in the review is a mention that every texture, model, and mesh seems to have been reworked, which might explain the credits controversy. European sales data is out for January, and even though video game sales in Europe were down a whopping 19% compared to the previous year, Sony has something to brag about with the PlayStation brand. Now that PlayStation 5 manufacturing is ramped up, the console has seen a sales increase of over 200%. This number doesn't include Germany or the UK, but as we have seen on this channel, Germany has been pretty consistent with benchmarking the West. So let's say you're one of the people that just got a PlayStation 5 in January. What do you do next? Well, if you're subscribed to PS Plus, you get a nice chunk of games in late February as Horizon Forbidden West, Resident Evil 7, and Borderlands 3 all hit the service on Tuesday, the 21st. That's just the big hitters, as a total of 12 titles are being added to the service on the same day. If you are one of those patient gamers that wait a year to get your games at a discount, this week is a pretty big win. If you're looking for something a little different than the AAA offerings, check out the JRPG I Am Setsuna. It's a finely crafted title aimed directly at those who love the Super Nintendo and PlayStation era of RPGs, being described as a love letter to the era and, more specifically, Chrono Trigger. Plus, an amazing soundtrack.
Now you might want to keep your eyes peeled because these ones are quick.
Game spending in the USA matches the rest of the planet as NPD reports that the industry was down 5% compared to January 22. That means everybody is spending less on video games. Not sure if it's the economy sucking globally or that there was no Elden Ring game released this year. Dead Island 2 has gone gold and will now be releasing a week earlier than previously announced, well, after the multiple delays it previously announced. Dead Island 2 is the next big release from publisher Deep Silver after last year's disastrous Saints Row reboot. All eyes are on the company when Dead Island 2 launches April 21st, especially all eyes are on their quality assurance. Embracer Group, of which Deep Silver is a division, has released their third quarter financials showing a 128% increase year over year, with Goat Simulator being a major part of that success. Yes, Goat Simulator. They also claim there are 31 AAA games in development, with 19 of them releasing in the next 3 years. Epic Games is filing a lawsuit against Google in India, claiming that Google hasn't been abiding by the Competition Commission's requirement that Google Play offer third-party app stores. Epic will be joining other Indian companies in court. Platinum Games announced via tweet that Bayonetta 3 has sold over 1 million copies. This makes it the fastest-selling Bayonetta game to date, but still an underwhelming number for a series that consistently delivers a unique and very well-polished experience. Congratulations, Platinum and Nintendo. 'Tis a shame your highly rated works don't see more consumer support. PlayStation VR 2 is launched and the real-world experiences are declaring it to push Sony to be a top contender in the world of VR. Nothing revolutionary or innovative, but a combination of tools and experiences that seem to provide an amazing experience, taking the best technologies available and refining them to work together seamlessly. Ultimately, depending on the support going forward, the PSVR 2 may become a fantastic experience for those who have already bought into the PlayStation 5. And Super Nintendo World is open at Universal Studios Hollywood. Now, Californians that aren't allowed to water their yard because of drought can explore the lush and thriving Mushroom Kingdom. Battle Bowser with strangers in the Mario Kart ride that actually lets you lose, meaning every experience might not be the same. There are plans to add Super Nintendo World to Universal Studios Park in Orlando, with Miyamoto hinting that he wants to incorporate Splatoon into a theme park. Electronic Arts is in talks with Premier League to secure rights to use teams and players for a reported $588 million. You may remember when EA dropped their deal with FIFA, ending a 29-year relationship and renaming their soccer title to EA Sports FC Series. The deal will allow EA to use the stadiums, logos, and players from 20 UK teams. According to Sky Sports, the deal is expected to be a 6-year agreement. No word from FIFA yet on who will develop their future games, while EA is moving forward with Football Club as if it never mattered in the first place. Although other leagues wouldn't get offered anywhere near the amount Premier League would, it will be interesting to see who all EA secures for their newly named soccer game. Microsoft has been granted its request for a hearing by the European Commission and will be presenting its response to the Commission's Statement of Objection. The Commission had previously found the Microsoft acquisition of Activision would decrease competition in the marketplace and may possibly be anti-competitive. Sony is expected to also make an appearance, arguing their well-known opposition to the merger, specifically in regards to Call of Duty franchise. Microsoft has previously offered a contractual agreement to keep Call of Duty multi-platinum for the next 10 years, a contract they are expecting to quell the anti-competitive angle. A hearing will take place tomorrow, the 21st of February. This will be a closed session hearing, so updates will only be trickling out if somebody makes a public statement. Hot off the news that John Wick 4 will be a 3-hour endeavor, it has been revealed that the Super Mario Bros. Movie will clock in at a cool 93 minutes. That's the way I like it, to be honest. Get in, get out, keep it moving the whole time. Everything doesn't need to be an epic. Speaking of epic, we got to look at the upcoming Tetris trailer, and it appears to be taking some liberties with the real-world source material to create a thrilling experience that's a little more epic. For those who know the story of Tetris, you know that there's a lot of deceit, confusion, and concern surrounding the game licensing around the world, specifically dealing with the Soviet Union. That being said, the film looks like it'll be a fun and exciting exaggeration of reality, just like turning the drudgery of collecting video game news into a show that makes the industry look fun and exciting. Plus, check out the guy playing Hiroshi Yamauchi. That's impressive. And that's it for Quick Weekly Update. Like it if you like it. Comment it if you comment it. And follow it if you follow it. If you don't, don't. So long, mortals.